So with our flip front flipping down like this, we want two tabs, one about here and one about here, that locate on the back of the A panel. So a little tab down here somewhere slots across, and one here as it curves around. So we've got some technical drawings for that. Basically there'll be a tab on there and on there, and then two receiving slots on the back of there. We're going to make it out of 2mm steel, just because I've decided to make it out of 2mm steel. There's our 4 tabs, 80mm long, 40mm wide. We'll curve off the edge, and we'll make 3 holes for welding onto the wing. And then the retaining tab, the retaining slot, I guess, obviously will be raised slightly, not fully decided upon how much yet. I'm going to put a little dimple in the middle of it so it will pinch a little bit, and a little bit of foam probably on the A panel side with grease on it, so it slides in but it holds it nice and tight and it won't rattle. And then a couple of holes either side, again to spot weld it through, or plug weld it through. So there's my technical drawings. Transfer those to the piece of metal, cut them out and see what they look like. That time, and we've come up with these. So we've got some 2 slightly smaller receiving tabs for higher up on the A panel where it gets narrower, and then the 2 larger ones, 4 little tabs that will go on the wings, and we might just narrow 2 of them to allow for these which are slightly smaller, but we'll weld these on the A panels, and then we'll see how these fit, adjust, make 1 for each, just perfect fits. And then we'll clamp these, likely, maybe even with a bolt, through the wing, onto the wing, and then weld them in. That's how we're going to do that. So, little dimple, nice and simple. Just use a punch, and I've just drilled a hole in a piece of wood, and that'll enable us to sort of have a pinch as this tab would slide in like that. So this is a bit tighter on the width there, that's why I'm going to narrow them. That's not too bad there. They're going to have a little bit of a foam or neoprene just to help hold them in but not rattle. That's the idea. So let's get them, the back of the A panels cleaned up, get these welded on in the positions I want them, and we'll show you where we're at then. Cheeky merchandise shot. Right, burnt spots through primer mean welding has occurred. It's really tricky to get the camera in there while I'm doing anything. I'll try and show you the other side in a moment, but this is the final goal. We're all lined up, I know that, because of that, and that looks good. We're going to have a little rubber edge seal here. I've ordered a couple of different types just to try them. So as it shuts, it'll have a little rubber edge to it. That's my plan. But there it is. There's our 2 lips and our sections. It's too dark for you to see, I'm afraid. But with the light change, but there we go. 2 tabs. This one we're going to put a little bit of sponge in. This one is too tricky to kind of get things in there. Didn't weld all that great. I was welding through the wing, so you can imagine I was welding through here. So it'll need some finishing, but it's in place. It's good. It's a bit tricky to do one-handed, got to admit, but the idea is there anyway. So that's good, that's great. We are going to change these for some nylon. This rubber is definitely too floppy, but I want to wait to commit to that until we've got it all tabbed in. So the other side, we've ground back the edges already. The method is to put these in, and as you can see they're not in line with this edge. They're slightly back because the wing doesn't come in like that, it comes in from above slightly, so they're slightly angled up, and as are the tabs. Can you see that? Because they're coming in down slightly, just to aid things. So we'll do the same on the other side. We'll put those tabs on first in the same sort of place, and then we put the wing in place, clamp it, slide these behind, make sure fitment's okay, use a magnet to hold them on, and tack them in, weld them in place, and then you take all the clamps off and hopefully it should be in place. So we're going to do that now. I'll put it on a time lapse, I think it's a bit pointless it's going to be sort of half an hour's work at least to get all that done, so you don't want to see that, and I don't want to be editing. So you might have just noticed from the most boring time lapse ever recorded for Piggy Power, not much to see, it's just a lot of fiddling and faffing really, but that's what the result is. So the two receiving tab slots are in place, and then the two tabs that I made earlier were just manipulated correctly to get the position I want them. Panels don't fit perfectly even though they're heritage, we've mentioned this already. So that top one's fitting basically on its own, which is great. The magnet here is just to hold this one, it's a little loose. We're going to add a little bit of neoprene or foam, as we said, for the bottom ones to try and help them stop rattling at that bottom corner. So what I'll do now is try and get the welder in here and weld those in place. Okay everyone, so what you've just seen is the final bits. I've added the tabs on the sides, and I'm pretty pleased with them, if I'm honest. They seem to be holding the wings in the right place. Nothing is sort of untoward too much for me. Quite happy with it. Yeah, pretty good. Let me show you how it sort of works. It's just obviously going to roll backwards and forwards, but you know, you've already seen probably a flip front, but that's how it comes forward. I would always suggest two-man job. What I'm going to do is probably put some sort of strap or bar or something on the front so it flicks forward. You don't suddenly just drop it on the floor and it just rips off the hinges. Putting it on isn't the easiest thing to do in the world. I'm going to adjust the tabs slightly on the one side, this side, and that'll mean I think I can do it one-handed, one man. But it's not too tricky. And then we've got our little bolts on the top, which are here somewhere, which I might just put in and we'll see how wibbly or wobbly it is. Let's do that now, I think. By the way, one of the best tools I've ever bought. If anyone is invested in some little tools, one of these. Just brilliant. Such a lazy tool. Or is that me? Who's the lazy tool? That's me. Oh yeah. We go with these, then I will be getting some nice ones obviously in there. Right. It's actually not bad, you know, on those rubbers. Quite satisfied with that. Just going to have a little rubber seal on either side. Tell you what, for me, I'm pretty pleased. I'm not saying I'm good at this. This is new to me, don't forget everyone. I am brand new to these skills. Well, I say skills. I'm brand new to doing this. That is bodywork. And we've come with 2 replacement corners on the scuttle panel. Datum points, I didn't know what datum meant. Doors that don't fit right and are rusty. And we've got, okay, the shut gap there at the top I know isn't quite right. We can fix that. But the arch line basically lines up. We've got a little bit of trimming on the A panel because there's the flange is actually a bit big there. So I'm just going to trim that. We'll have a little rubber seal there. We'll obviously need to finish this off. I'm really happy with the gap there. That looks nice. and I'm not as happy, but much happier than I was with this gap in the beginning. At the beginning, this curled around so much that it was pushing it out, and there was a massive gap here. So we reduced it and minimised it. Pretty happy with that. Looking good. Pretty happy with that. And as I say, I think there might be enough rigidity in these rubber bushes now they've got the flange, the tabs on the side, to get it done. So I'm calling that a victory. And flip front done. Flip front is basically done. I'm going to add some gussets, some fillets for final fitment and for rigidity, because obviously this is quite a flex point, so it wants a triangulation there and the other side as well. So we're going to do that now. Hopefully I've left enough 2mm plate to do that with. I want to do it with 2, not 1. And then it's just final fitment for the bonnet, which includes a bulge. So I'll do that maybe on another episode. For now, flip front done. Thanks for watching this episode. This is me with long hair because COVID-19. Might get the grinder out in a minute, cut my hair. That's what I'll do next. This is victory for me. It may as well be driving down the road MOT painted. Having this, I never imagined I'd be able to do this flip front on my own. Well, I haven't really, have I? I haven't really done it on my own. I've done it. I'm not saying it's good. Anyway, this is it. Thanks. Please give us a thumbs up. Please share the things and the bells and stuff, and just comment below if you're enjoying it. Or if you've got any tips. That'd be welcome. Cool. Right, get on with the next job.